Hello, welcome to Stretford Paddock. We're here for the team news for Man United against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup Semi-Final second leg. As you can hear in the background, we are currently live. Let's be muted now. Yeah, we're looking, obviously, for the team news. It should be out any second now. There's not really too many options, to be honest. There's a potential question as to whether Matic will be fit. He looked like he may have picked up a small knock against Tranmere. But other than that, I don't think there's going to be any surprises. Obviously, no McTominay, no Pogba, no Rashford, no Bruno Fernandes, despite him being confirmed by the club this afternoon. Yeah, it's going to be a similar squad to the one we've seen. Give me your score predictions in the comments, because it's going to be tough, isn't it, this? It's going to be very tough, if at all possible. And here's the team news then. We've got David De Gea in net. Slightly surprised not to see Romero, but I suppose De Gea is first choice. Then we've got Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire and Shaw. And then we've also got Brandon Williams as well. So it looks like another 3/5 at the back, as we've seen against Liverpool and Tranmere recently. We were saying before that we think that 3 at the back was kind of being used as almost a tester against Tranmere, and again, it's been shown here that it is Solskjaer's preferred system. We've then got Fred, Matic, Lingard this time coming in from the start again, as he was against Tranmere, and then we've got Greenwood and Martial up front. Again, no Dan James from the start, which I'm slightly surprised at, just because his pace, and he has had a bit of a rest over the last couple of games. Go through the bench, we've got Sergio Romero, Eric Bailly, he's still yet to make a first-team appearance after his injury. Then we've got Diogo Dalot, Phil Jones, Andreas, James and Mata, as you would expect. Again, as I said before, no real surprises there. We haven't got a big enough squad to surprise anyone, really. Where's Bruno? Yeah, why isn't he in this team? He should be there. Unbelievable. Woodward out. I can't believe this. We've signed him 2 hours ago and he ain't in the squad. Are you joking me? Lace up Joe, we need you up top. I've got my boots on. Oh, you can't see them, but they're clickety-clacking in on the floor. Don't you worry about that. 2-0, we go through on pens. Yeah, that's a good point. There you go, look. Got my boots on. That's a good point, actually. No away goals in this, is there? So 2-0 would be enough to take it to penalties. And I think it's straight to penalties, isn't it? So, you know, it's not the end of the world. We don't have to get 3 goals like we did against Paris, but obviously we'll see. Come on, lads. Jesse to score again. That'd be exciting, wouldn't it? That'd be nice to see him turn it around a little bit. Reports say he'll parachute in at half-time. I'd like it. Like Boris Johnson at the Olympics. But obviously with a slightly better reception. Imagine seeing that. Fernandes with a little Union Jack floating down. Fucking hell. Right, here's the team then. Let's have a look at that. De Gea in net, and then a 5 at the back of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw as that left centre-back, as he did play against Liverpool. Looked quite good against Liverpool, I thought. And then Brandon Williams is that left wing-back. Then the midfield again of Fred, Matic and Lingard. In behind, Greenwood and Martial as your 2 strikers. Let Bruno have his medical and half-time, have him play. Yeah, exactly. Man City 2, Manchester United 1. Great fun prediction, that one. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? 3-0 win to United. Greenwood to swap for Martial in the 63rd minute and get 69, 88, 90 plus 3. Greenwood starting, so unfortunately that prediction can no longer happen. Greenwood to score, Lingard to step up, hope so. It's going to be a tough one, isn't it? I think we can all appreciate that it's going to be difficult. I think United City have only won 1 of their last 5 games against United at the Etihad, which surprised me to read today, because I thought it seems as though we never win there. But I think we've won 3, drawn 1, lost 1 of the last 5 games there. So, you know, we do have a tendency to nick a result there, but we don't usually win by 2 clear goals. So it's going to be a difficult one. Would rather Mata over Lingard, to be honest. I think he's just going for legs in there, as we see City's sort of midfield dominate the ball, dominate in terms of pressure and attacking United's midfield. I think Solskjaer's just going for the best option in terms of defensive legs. We're going to get buckled. Great. Where do we create on the pitch in our minds? Hopefully also down the wings, because I think we see Brandon Williams, his attacking intensity and willingness to get forward is certainly higher than Luke Shaw's. And we saw... No? Let's look at the City team. Where can I find that quickly? Man City's Twitter, probably. I can't really read that, but City's team have got Bravo, Cancelo, Otamendi and Rodrigo. Then they've got... Who's that, a left back? Kyle Walker at left back. Here we go. I've got it on here. So it's Bravo, Walker, Rodrigo, and Otamendi. Make of that what you will. Cancelo, Gundogan, Mahrez. It starts getting good now. Mahrez, De Bruyne, Bernardo, Sterling, Aguero. Ignore the last 6. That defence looks sort of... You could see Greenwood making a little Rashford-style Otamendi on toast, I think, the way that we... Was it Demichelis, wasn't it? Who Rashford tore to shreds. If we could see something like that, we might have a chance. I think it's one of those games where we have to score our first chance and then we have to score our second chance to really have any kind of hope of winning the game. Why is Shaw not by? He's not played in 5 months. And I think Shaw looked quite good, in fairness to him, against Liverpool. Maguire to score first, Greenwood on pens. I think we're going to see a few more goals from Maguire now. I think he'll probably get 4 or 5 before the end of the season because... He's had decent chances. He's had a few decent chances so far this season. He's had 3 or 4 headers that I can think of at the back post that he's put straight at the goalkeeper. And I think there's a bit of confidence and a bit of moving to a new club, not scored a goal yet. Now he's got his goal against Tranmere. Who's taking the corner? Interesting. Who's going to take the corners in that squad? Fred or De Gea? But yeah, I think we might see some more goals from Maguire now because he is a good threat aerially, and it seems as though hopefully getting one against Tranmere might have started something off. Thoughts on Wan-Bissaka as a centre back instead of Shaw, then Dalot wing back? I don't think it's a bad idea. I just think that again, in the same way people want to see Eric Bailly, Dalot's played so few minutes in the last 12 months that you can't throw him in a game like this. As much as you may not like Shaw, at least he's a consistent kind of known quantity. You might think he's not good enough or that he doesn't do enough, but who knows what Dalot would do? Who knows what Bailly would do? I think you've got to sort of bring these players back into the team in less sort of high intensity and high pressure games than this, and then eventually you could kind of understand what they're going to do a bit more because it's just too much of a question mark, I think, which is why people were keen to see him because they might be excellent, but I think in terms of actually managing a team you have to go a bit more with what you know and what you can sort of predict. But yeah, there's the team. We're going to be back for a watch along. It's going to be me, Stephen Howson and Alex for that watch along in about 45 minutes. So come and check that out. And we're going to be guiding you through everything. Win, lose or draw, no rum. That's the only rule. No rum tonight, because after last time, things got a bit spicy. Yeah, and we've also got none left. Right, thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, be sure to come back for the watch along in a little bit. We've got a chance, haven't we? We've got a chance. See you in a bit.